Hey everyone. So the last time I was using this machine, this lawn dethatcher, it had a pretty significant oil leak. And so I've been, today and yesterday, I've been taking apart the engine, replacing the gaskets and the seals, trying to fix that leak. And I thought this would be kind of a fun time to make a video and show you the inside of an engine and kind of tell you about how the engine actually works and how it provides power to your machine. So if you take a look here, this is the inside of your engine. You can see things are kind of moving around if I move the drive shaft. Essentially how it works is fuel comes in through this valve, that's the intake valve. It goes into the cylinder, it gets pulled in by the suction from this piston, and then it essentially combusts and it goes out the exhaust valve. Now that power goes through your drive shafts, which is right here, and usually this is connected with pulleys to a mower blade, or in this case, it's connected to dethatching tines, and that's what actually runs your machine. Now, let's break this down a little more. If your engine is not running, typically you have a pull cord and you give it a good strong pull to kind of kick things off. Now, when you do that, what actually happens is this piston is going to start at the top, usually more or less, and it's going to go down and it's going to suck in air and fuel. And you can see that this intake valve opens up and allows that air and fuel to get sucked in and kind of get put into the cylinder here. So that's the first stroke. That's called an intake stroke. Now, if this keeps going, you'll notice that this valve closes and this piston comes back up. This is called a compression stroke because it compresses all of that air and fuel together and it builds up pressure within the cylinder or the combustion chamber. Now, this is your cylinder head. This goes on top of the engine, and you can see that little piece right there is your spark plug. So that sits just like this, and right at peak compression, this spark plug will throw a spark and ignite the air-fuel mix. Now that ignition, it's called combustion. It essentially is a mini explosion inside your engine, and it forces this piston back down, and that's called a power stroke, because that is actually the one stroke that provides all the power to your drive shafts and all the way down through your machine. Now the last stroke, this is the fourth one, is an exhaust stroke. So you can see at this point, the exhaust valve opens up and the piston comes back up and it pushes all of the burnt fumes out of the engine. Now at this point, the piston is back at the top, everything's closed, and it's back at the start of the cycle. So if you keep going, you're back to that intake stroke where the intake valve opens up and it sucks in the fuel and the air, and the whole cycle repeats. And that's actually why they call it a 4-stroke engine, because it's 4 strokes that it has to go through to complete one full power cycle. So that's how an engine works, and have a great week.